Hello everyone, I'm Anna Marinova. I'm a professional artist from Russia with almost 20 years of experience in oil painting. In this video, I am going to give you some tips to improve your portrait painting. I hope you find it helpful. So, first of all, let's talk about your studio. A very important thing in your studio is lighting. I prefer natural daylight. My previous videos on this YouTube channel are filmed in daylight. It would be nice to have your studio windows facing north. This will give you a more stable, smooth lighting on your canvas and your model throughout the day. Remember, natural day lighting makes your lights cool and your shadows warm. As you can see in this video, I start my work with warm shadows. If you are a beginner, I advise you to work with a light model. Later, when you have enough experience, you will be able to work with photos as well. Sit your model so that the light from the window falls on the side of the face. This will make the total mass of the head more expressive. It is the direct light that creates the illusion of a real volume on a two-dimensional flat surface. Look at the painting of Renaissance or Baroque artists. They often used a harsh light to enhance expressiveness. If the light is scattered, the head will look flattened. This way you can create a more decorative effect in your painting, as in Modigliani's paintings, for example. For a beginner, the most preferred position of the head is 3/4. This means that the head is turned away from us a little towards the light source. This is the most understandable position for the image of all parts of the face. During the first period of training, try to avoid a profile or full face position. It is also preferable that the angle is not too high or low. Your eyes should be approximately at the level of the model's eyes or slightly lower. As you can see in this video, I started my portrait painting on canvas coated with light gray primer. Using a colored primer can speed up your work. I cover my canvases with a thin layer of light gray or beige acrylic paint. I choose the tone of the colored primer slightly darker than the lightest spots of the face. This helps me to see the overall tone of the painting correctly. Also, it helps me building up the special relationships of my lights and darks and middle values. If you work on a pure white primer, you can use lighter colors than necessary, because the colors seem brighter on a white primer. At the very beginning of the work, it is better to use a minimum of white, especially in your darkest dark. Let the shadows remain warm and transparent. You can also see this technique in this video. I usually use Mars Brown Transparent and Mars Yellow Transparent for shadows. Use cooler shades for lighter areas. Pay attention to the thickness of the paint layer on your canvas. In places of bright highlights in the light, you can apply a thick layer of paint, and in the shadows, it is better to have a thin layer of paint. An example of painting with warm, transparent shadows can be seen in the paintings of Peter Paul Rubens. You often ask me on Instagram and Facebook what oil paints I use for skin color. I find it difficult to answer this question because I use my entire palette for this. If you are a beginner, try a limited palette. Like this one, for example. Titanium white, ivory black, cadmium yellow medium, and cadmium red light. Pay attention to the edges of a painting. Sharp edges can destroy the sense of realism in your work. With sharp or soft edges, you can show the shape of objects and their remoteness from you. A face with monotonous sharp edges will look like a flat mask. All these statements that I spoke about today are no dogma. You can give examples of beautiful works of art where these rules are not respected. But at the beginning of your formation as an artist, it is good to have certain guidelines and know where to go next, step by step. One of my favorite painters is Diego Velázquez. This artist was one of the most brilliant portrait painters. The faces of the people on his pictures are full of expression. If you want to learn how to paint a portrait, look at the paintings of old masters such as Velázquez, Titian, and Rembrandt. If you have an opportunity to make a copy of their work. That would be ideal. I made a copy of Rembrandt's portrait painting in the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, and I learned a lot from this. Please let me know in comments below. Do you like this video and do you want me to make a video about my process of painting a female figure in oil with my explanations? I want to thank you for taking time to be with me today. Have fun painting. Bye.